Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a handbag video, especially with all the travel this past summer. I'm really excited to get back into sharing the handbags that I love, the trends, what we're seeing, a little bit more about La Lignée as it starts to develop and unfold. So what better way to kick off this video than with the best fall bags of 2025. I'm going to talk about the trends that we're seeing. For some of my personal picks, we are seeing some styles come back, some classics being reimagined, and even some exotic prints. So without further ado, let's go into the first trend, which is deep autumnal hues. So we are seeing a lot of chocolates, a lot of khakis, olive colors, these darker tan / caramel colors, forest green. I mean, these are not surprising. They were big last year, especially the chocolate browns and the burgundies, colors that are just so warm and gives a rich texture to any outfit this coming season. The chocolate browns, the burgundies, they're also another way to give a little bit of light to a otherwise dark outfit. They somehow serve as fall neutrals. They just go with everything. More people are wearing browns now than ever before. Brown is the new black. You're going to see that not only in handbags, but also in clothing, in coats, in suits and shoes, the whole gamut. So keep an eye out for those chocolate browns. Next, we have rich textures. So we're talking suede, puffiness, like puffy textures. Also tweed, some shearling, those very warm, cozy textures. They really add some tactile depth to fall outfits. It's perfect to pair these types of handbags with cozy knits and layers and blazers as well. Some of the ones that I'm really loving right now, especially when it comes to suede, the Balenciaga Rodeo, that bag has caught my eye. In my opinion, it's like the Peekaboo and the Hermes Kelly came together and had a baby, except without the triangle portion of the peekaboo. But essentially you have that very relaxed look. It's a little bit edgy, but also very minimal. I absolutely love it. I think that bag is helping Balenciaga resurface after their negative press over the years. They have different sizes, and the suede is just, it's a beautiful suede. They also have it in the black leather. That black and gold combo I really like, but if you want a little bit more of an edgy feeling, there's also a silver hardware version. It's just gorgeous. There's also Totem that has a belted suede tote, and we actually saw a lot of belted bags last year. Prada was leading the way with all of these belted designs, Miu Miu as well, naturally. So Totem has their belted suede tote, but if you want a version of that that's not at that price point, I would also suggest Manu Atelier. They have this gorgeous tote in this beautiful suede leather. I personally have this bag and I cannot wait to wear it again this fall. I wore it so much last year, and it's very well made, high quality, and at a much friendlier price point. Definitely check out Manu Atelier. You can tell that this style of handbag, a lot of designers are doing it, from mid-range to high-end designers, and it's just a very, very popular silhouette. Then you have this like bowler style. It's kind of like a east-west bowler mix. We saw that a lot on the runway this year. So Miu Miu has this really cool bowler east-west style bag. This reminds me of the very popular Louis Vuitton style as well. That is very well known, that kind of is like a little bit of a blast from the past. So it's really, really fun. Miu Miu has one in suede, of course, and it is beautiful. But if you're not into suede, they also have a Napa version with like this little bit distress leather on the sides, and I think that gives it another boho, edgy, chic vibe. And then you have the Celine Triomphe in suede. I just love the Celine Triomphe bag. I think it's very elegant, and I love that it comes in different silhouettes, whether you want the box style bag, the east-west style, and the fact that they have it in suede is really pretty and perfect for the season. When it comes to puffiness, what I mean are bags like the Miu Miu Wander Matelassé. I saw it last year. I remember going into Galeries Lafayette and I spotted the bag, and I really just love that pattern. It's not too puffy. It just has these like intricate details within that creates like a really cool pattern. They have it in suede. They also have it in those beautiful burgundy colors. I mean, it's a gorgeous bag that came out, I think it was last year or the year before, and it's still very in today. I really do like the YSL medium Loulou, the small Loulou. I feel like the Loulou bag itself doesn't get enough love. When Chanel had the Chanel 19 bag and the Loulou, all of these puff-like bags have always kind of been there, but they've always been in the background every year that goes by. I definitely think that bag is a classic, and I personally probably should have gotten the small. The medium's a little bit big on me, although it does fit an iPad, a reason to really love it. But yeah, generally speaking, any of those puffy, cozy bags are still going to be in for sure. The next trend is top handle bags. What I've been seeing are top handle bags that you wear on the arm. They're a little bit more slouchy, more of a day bag. And then you also have the structured top handles, which are more elegant and feminine. What I love about the day version is that you just throw your stuff in and you're on the go. There's something about carrying a bag on the crook of your arm that is kind of like very cool and chic, but also just easygoing, effortless. You specifically really see it with the return of the Chloe Paddington. The Chloe Paddington was a Phoebe Philo design that just got reissued. This is probably one of the bags that hasn't gotten a major redesign. There are some little pieces that are new and different, but I like that it has stayed true to the classic. I found a Chloe Paddington last year at the Vintage Fair in Brooklyn. I can't wait to wear that this year. I think I'm going to be wearing it today, this afternoon when I go out. It's just a really cool boho chic look. I love the gold padlock and the details, and the leather is really, really hard wearing. You've got it in a lot of different rich hues. I have it in a chocolate brown, but there's also this beautiful caramel color. There's the burgundy, of course. You also have the Loewe puzzle bag. It also had a little bit of a redesign this year, or a new issue come out, I should say. New version, not new issue. And it's a biker version, so it has a belt around the bottom. So once again, bringing back that belt trend we saw last year. If you want something that's a little bit of a modern or edgy take on the puzzle bag, then I think this one might be for you. The puzzle bag itself is a really good minimalist bag, but definitely if you want something a little bit rocker chic, add the belt. Next, you have the Celine 16 bag. This is one of those elegant, structured, feminine bags that you can wear day or night, even to the office. I personally love this bag. I was torn between holding out for a Kelly 25 if I saw one on the pre-loved market, because let's be honest, I'm not on any Hermes favorites list. I don't really buy from Hermes much. So I found the Celine 16 that obviously wasn't the same price point, but also checked all the boxes. In this case, I found one that was with grained leather and gold hardware. It's just very simplistic, very minimal. And I think this bag deserves more of the spotlight. I don't see it often on Instagram. Maybe that's a good thing, because it hasn't been overly socialized. Maybe that's the best kept secret. It is just a really good day to night bag, and it gives you everything that you would want out of a very sophisticated piece. Its style will be timeless. It will be around for a very, very long time. The next trend is not necessarily a trend per se, but I think we're seeing more of it, which is the flap crossbody. It's like the Hermes Constance. You have the Gucci horsebit flap bag, that's a crossbody. You also have the Celine Triomphe or the Celine Box bag, and you also have bags like Demellier, the Vancouver bag, which I really love, has a really great flap bag. So we're seeing more and more of these, and I think it's because of their classic design. They're very easy to wear during the day, during the night. You have access to both your hands, and so it's just more of a practical bag than anything else. But I will say that some of these bags, depending on how they're made with the strap, can convert them into top handles as well, or shoulder bags. So there's also just that ease and variety of ways to wear a crossbody bag that you don't necessarily get with a top handle bag or with like a crook of the arm type of bag. These are just being more and more out there, or more common, because sometimes I feel like it's the top handle that has the season, and then it's the crossbody, and then it's another bag. But now I feel like the crossbody and the top handle are kind of sharing the same space, which is nice. The vanity bag. I think there's something about the Louis Vuitton trunk. They were known for luggage first, but there is something about the trunk that is very elevated and very sophisticated, and it just brings a lot of heritage into the fold. The design has been adapted to handbags and the like. It just makes it more fun and accessible in a way, because who carries trunks anymore when they travel? It's very rare. We all now have our suitcases. Of the ones that I'm really liking, obviously Loro Piana, the L19, has been very, very, very popular and very hard to get. I was lucky enough to find a beautiful vintage one when I was in France this summer. If you haven't seen that, I will link to my previous video, the one right before this, where I unboxed it. There's also a slightly larger one, the L27, which I think is actually a more functional bag and can also be worn day to night. You also have the Bottega Bang. This is a gorgeous style, especially with the intrecciato and the vanity coming together. I just think it's very pretty. Oleada is another brand that I have worked with in more of like the mid-range category. Their mini anchor bag is absolutely gorgeous. I have mine in this beautiful white color. They call it Cloud. I really love that bag, and if you're looking for a bag that's high quality at a better price point, definitely check that out. So yes, the vanity bags are here to stay. Weekender bags were also pretty big. I think it's one of those things where it's like having a bag that you can wear to the gym, to the office, or to a weekend getaway. Having these weekender bags is another way of saying, I want to be able to have a luxurious style that is very versatile, that's effortless, that I can take and use for multiple purposes. The Row Margot, the shoulder bag version, ticks one of those boxes for sure. I love the look of this bag. When the Row Margot first came out, I was a little hesitant, just like with the Birkin, because I didn't want just a top handle only. I really wanted something that had a strap or that I could wear on the shoulder. And so now that there's a shoulder version, now that's caught my eye. I just think it's very functional and hard wearing. I love that minimal look because I know that that will be timeless and always just young looking. But you also have the Saint Laurent Sac du Jour Doctor top handle, which I also think is really elegant. Last but not least, exotic prints. The snake and python pattern is definitely making a comeback. I feel like it was really big in 2020. I remember finding boots in a fun snake python style and it being really in. So I think it's basically back 5 years later. This Bottega Andiamo clutch in this python, I really just like the colorway of it. I'm not one that would really want a huge contrasting like white on black or ivory and black, but I really like this more of like subdued kind of caramel or toffee color with the black. This print I think is really nice. It's very subtle. Also, we see a lot more of like ostrich print. We see more like faux crocodile print. I have a Demellier Vancouver clutch that has the gorgeous crocodile print, which I also can't wait to wear this fall. There's a lot of bags I've been saving for fall. But I just think that these prints give some more dimension. It's a really fun way to bring texture into your outfits going into fall. Those are the big handbag trends that I personally am loving for this fall, from cozy textures to rich autumnal tones. As much as I've loved summer, the fall season is where handbags truly shine. Let me know which one of these was your favorite. Are any of these on your wish list for this fall? Write down in the comments below. If you're new here and you like these types of videos, then I encourage you to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you receive alerts whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bisous!